It's like something out of Halo, but for water. Hey there, this episode of Some Gadget Guy is brought to you by you, viewers like you. All of the incredible people sharing content across social media, and the generosity of my patrons at patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. More info on those awesome nerds later in the video. The folks at Spira sent not one of these, but two my way to test drive and share some thoughts. This is the Spira 3. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey Juan, I'm as groovy as the next cat, and I like water guns, but what about a competition-grade battery-powered water rifle? Well then, sir, you would have this. This beast, you charge it up because there's a battery inside, and then a pump pressurizes water internally, and you have a little gauge that tells you the battery percentage and the water reservoir capacity. Then you point it in the direction that you want to fire, and you pull the trigger, which launches a quantity of water at a respectable velocity. It feels a little like the kind of toy upgrade we got when the Super Soaker was invented.
The original Super Soaker had a shoulder strap because you had this big canister of water and then a big air tank that you would pump into.
It was a plumber or a plumber inventor.
You're right. I didn't know you knew about Super Soakers.
Now there are 3 modes. In open shot, you just pull the trigger and it shoots once. Burst mode is kind of like a RoboCop mode, and League is a crazy single shot mode for turning water gun fun into more of a competition. The readout shows battery capacity and reservoir ammo remaining. It's not the number of shots. You can drain this really quickly even in normal open mode. It's percentage. And when you're out, you dip the nozzle into some water and you push the trigger to fill it back up. Refilling happens very quickly, at least faster than trying to pour water into a cheaper water gun from a hose back in the olden days. But it means you need to set up a bucket or a Spira base to keep water handy so you can reload. The reservoir drains fast, but the battery lasts a decent length of time. You can get multiple reloads on a single charge.
Question, can I hit your butt?
I am saying we should start with soggy bottom. To make it look like I completely wet myself all over.
But not the front.
No, not the front. Oh man, all those bits, they get sensitive. All right.
And I love the FAQ on the website. Does it hurt to get hit? And it kind of doesn't. The Spira 3 can lob water at a decent speed and pretty far distance. I took my daughter out to try them out, and we had to run almost the same kind of instruction when I used to teach Boy Scouts how to handle BB guns, paying special attention to how we aim a water gun and to never, ever, ever point this at someone's face. This will hit with enough force to notice it, but it doesn't hurt. It jolts you a little bit, and that shock is kind of what makes it so much fun. My daughter doesn't want to be in my videos, but she did help me just test this out. And here's what it sounded like when I got her a couple of times.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Again? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I love this, but this is the part of the video where I share a couple concerns. It's a water gun, but you gotta be careful who you give this to. Even grown-ups, you just think, well, it's a water gun, I'll shove it in the pool. But you really shouldn't submerge something like this. They have batteries and pumps and pressurized reservoirs, and they're gonna be a bit fragile. They're gonna be a lot more fragile than a cheap water gun. You should be a little careful how you reload. There is a filter in the nose, but you need to try to make sure that you're giving this clean water so it doesn't get gunked up. And the last concern, it's a big rifle with a battery and it holds a lot of water. If you remember Super Soakers, they got really heavy when they were fully loaded, but Super Soakers had straps. I think this is one of the reasons I would not hand this to a kid. You have to hold the whole weight in your hands, and it's likely you're also getting wet. If one of these slips and lands, smacks into some concrete, that could be a very bad day for the Spira 3.
Here's the thing. You are gonna shoot me first.
What?
I am not gonna shoot you until I know what it feels like.
Okay.
All right? These are rated for teenagers.
I am not a teenager.
You are not a teenager. I am trusting you to take this very slow. and I am very anxious because that looks like that hits with a lot of force.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I love this thing. It is really fun, but it's a very specific kind of toy. It's a very specific kind of recommendation, and they are not cheap. But if you're inclined to take your water gunning up to the next level and you want to get a bit more serious about your backyard fun and water blasting, there's little else on the market that I've seen that even comes close to what this can do. It looks the part, it sounds the part, and boy howdy does it feel the part when you get hit. So of course, I'll leave some links down below where you can shop some of these bad boys online. I know we're getting to the end of summer, school's back in session. I've been playing with this for a little while. We've had a lot of fun with it in my family. And of course, the folks at Spira, at the time I shot this video, they're gonna have a fun little sale. They're gonna have a fun promo for Labor Day just to wrap up the summer. If you want to check something like this out, now would be the time.
Okay. Pretty big tree.
Well, you've never fired a super futuristic water gun before.
Have you?
No, I haven't. Hey, fair question.
As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, and subscribing to the channel. All the support is amazing, but of course, shout out to my patrons. They get first access to videos like these. This list of names scrolling by on your screen right now, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart, as these are the folks that are helping to keep the lights on in the Gadget Lab and also helping me set up when we've got to do work outside. They're basically the coolest tech pals in the universe, so I hope you'll check them out. I hope you'll consider joining the community at patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy, basically everywhere, but these days, I'm spending a bit more time on the Mastodons, a little on the Blueskis, and a lot less so on the Facebooks, Instagrams, Threads, none at all on that dumpster fire site, and I will catch you all on the next video.